All right, we are live. What is going on, everybody? Let me get this back up here. I saw we had pretty good amount of people waiting so far. See Michael Morris out there. Welcome. I think this might be your first time in. Joey's out there. Jerry Lawrence. Of course, Moose is hanging out in the chat. Mary Beth's hanging out in the chat. Dustin Singer, Sub Vapes, Colby, Alan Gorby, Philly Vape. What's going on, Steven? Yeah, Joey, I looked at your blueberry recipe today. That's a very, very good mix. You did a nice job on that.
Yeah, you did.
I saw Socrates.
Yeah, you did.
That's right. Dustin Singer's in the house. I think I already said him.
Hey, it's the Gareth. What's going on, Gareth?
I saw Socrates out there. What's going on, brother? I saw who else I saw. For some reason I can't get this to there's Gareth. Can't get this to go up for some reason. Cincinnati King, what's up, Chris?
Hey, it's Vapix. Nice to see you, buddy. We haven't seen you. Well, I haven't seen you around in a while.
Yeah.
Thanks for stopping in. Yeah.
Mark Senior, what's up, brother?
Yeah, Mark. Hope you're feeling better, Mark. Elu.
For some reason, I cannot get my thing to scroll. Oh, there now it wants to scroll up. Okay. Yeah, I think probably nailed everybody. Got everybody in there. Brian Enoch, he was in early too. Going on, Enoch. Lori, welcome.
Yep. Michael Morris, how you doing?
Yeah. So how's everyone's week been? Right.
Yeah, it's been one of those weeks, one of those weeks that kind of beat you down, and you look forward to the weekend and doing some good mixing. But the moose was in the wild, camping.
Closer to my native area.
Yeah, that's why they have the moose crossing signs up there, because they know the moose is going up there.
So I've been called moose all this time. I've never seen an actual moose. It's unfortunate. It's going to be majestic as fuck when we do meet.
Oh,
so.
hell yeah.
Yeah, it was fun. I'm glad that we ate in 3 hours and not in 3 days, because if I wasn't there, they would have been eating in 3 days and not 3 hours.
Oh, wow. Why is that?
Just getting a fire started with my friends.
Oh.
Quite interesting. You would think a group of fire spinners would know how to do this.
You gotta do a campfire, right? Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, it was fun. The river was freaking. We camped next to a river and it was just raging. I'm pretty sure that's where Vermont gets the most of its beer, because that's what it looked like. It was just a river of beer. The color of it was that perfect amber like color. So I was like, yeah, now I know where they get it all from.
If it's perfect amber, it might be recycled beer going downstream.
Yeah, so it was like, oh, this is all the bad stuff. Go and bought it.
Humanly filtered.
And then I stopped at this Big Moose, like, it's like a gift shop thing, but man, I get so angry at the deceiving places that put like coffee, sandwiches, stuff, and you walk back in there and they're just trying to sell you maple syrup, cheese, and perfume.
Oh, of course.
Well, you are in Vermont. I mean,
and it's just like no.
Odds are there will be cheese.
I know that when I make coffee and advertise for it, I am selling it and people can have it. Damn it. If I put all that effort into putting a sign out for it, you damn well it's going to be coffee.
That's right.
So I know Frank got a little package this week from Miss Tammy Vapes.
Yeah. Big hearts to Tammy.
Big hearts to Tam.
Custom premium and that Holy Grail RY4 from DIY Vapors or Flavor Shack.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just got home yesterday to open everything, and that smells amazing. When I redo my my butterscotch RY4, I'm going to sub out.
Oh yeah.
Try that one in there instead of TPA.
Yeah, I bet you that'll be really good.
Yeah, I probably won't even have to use as much of it either, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
I mean, she's having like a 30 mil unicorn bottle of it. I'm sad.
Nice. That's like, did you see Addie on Fresh's show? Adore sent him like cornbread. I'm like, dude, you're gonna have to work hard to use up that cornbread. I know you love your cornbread, Mr. Addie.
There you go. Dairy liquid right there.
That's a lot of corn.
That is a lot of cornbread.
You go have to work hard to use up that there cornbread, sir. Yeah, and so I got in a couple flavors, doing a little testing, mostly with that Yes We Can cheesecake.
Yeah, I'm curious to find out this way. I don't have to do it.
Yeah, you should still check it out.
I got a 30 ml bottle of it.
So did you check it out yet, Moose? No. Damn it. Check it out, Moose. I want to know what your thoughts are.
Ain't got time for cheesecakes yet, even though it's summertime, but
Ain't got time. You got to start thinking about the fall.
That's
yeah,
right.
the cereal's got to get finished so that they can be converted into cereal cheesecakes. And then I just never have to mix again in my life. I have the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chris has a question out there, Cincinnati Kings. Did anyone have a good not solo store, a combination using the Philippine mango from TFA with Flavora mango?
Yeah. Keep that Philippine super low though, like 1 or 2%. It's like another one of those things that we're actually going to kind of talk about on the show is certain things you want to use for the properties of something, not necessarily the full flavor or its flavor.
Yep.
It just kind of contains some properties that the full flavor version of something else doesn't have. For instance, Flavor West Blueberry is very linear. It's full flavor blueberry and it's strong and it holds up in recipes. The downside to it is it just doesn't really have any characteristics of a blueberry. It doesn't have the skin or the rind. It doesn't, the flesh and everything. It doesn't have there's like the seeds. Some companies make it with, you get the stem and the little green leaf and everything. And goddamn, I don't want that. But yeah.
Yep. So, anybody else got anything else in this week they want to chat about?
Oh, I finally, because of Joey, I got the creme brulee from Inaware. I finally picked that one up.
Joey's like the number one
Mark Senior, I got that.
You've never had that?
No, not the Inaware one. No, the only creme brulee I had was the one-on-one, and that was because of Addie.
You'll love it, and then you'll just be like, okay, I'm never gonna use this again.
I'm over it. Moving on.
Yeah.
Flavora mango seemed weak at 3%. Well, that's about the top end on that.
Wow, I'm really surprised. What were you using? Like, did you do single flavor test it?
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, he may have been.
It can easily get like muted sometimes, but 3%, 3 to 5 is about the going use on that.
It's pretty nice. It stands up to creams and stuff. I've used it as a solo mango, and it holds up.
Yeah, it'll hold up to yogurt. So if it holds up to that, I mean. So
I'm kind of surprised.
Yeah, I'm just thinking 3% on anything Flavora seems awfully high.
Yeah, well, for the majority, but there are some things that you can get away with ramping up, like blueberry muffin. It's got a lot of. It's like the same, you know what I mean? Like no matter how you kind of use it, you're just going to get more of it the more you use it. But if you do go too high, you can lose it.
Yeah, you'll see.
I did not try to rhyme that, but it worked out.
So today we're talking all the dark berries, and we have the oracle of all dark berries amongst us. Maybe you didn't know it, maybe you were not aware, but the Moose is the oracle. We come to the oracle and we pursue knowledge on dark berries. Because seriously, Moose, you really have done a lot of homework and spent a lot of time in working with these, and you really know them. I'm just going to pop up that PowerPoint, that slide that I showed you guys, because I think that helps people kind of have a frame of reference about where they are kind of on the sliding scale, because I struggle with that. I struggle with kind of where do they sit. And Moose, you had talked at the beginning of the week about kind of where they are. And I think that's a great framework for people to kind of understand how these dark berries kind of work and how you can use them to kind of pull out certain aspects of each other.
Yeah.
So let me just.
I wish I like what I was telling myself now and what I know about them. I wish I knew from the get-go, because I would have saved a lot of time. But you got to go through it to.
Yeah.
Really understand
You have to. Here we go again with presentation. All right, come on, Mary Beth. You can do it. You can do it.
I'm gonna blame Mophead for my connection.
Here
There
we
you
go.
go.
I think he's one that.
So, Moose, this is really based on kind of what you talked about in the beginning of the week when we were kind of talking back and forth in Messenger. So when you kind of look at this, you kind of have the darker, intense, full-bodied kind of berries over here, kind of middle of the road. You can kind of, depending on how you want to pull that berry, you can kind of go either way. Then you have kind of the brighter and tartar over here. And so that's kind of,
TPA Blueberry Wild, not Flavor West.
where were you? Where are you looking?
Right in the middle.
Oh,
That's
TPA.
Flavor West. Okay, yeah. So,
Yeah, TPA makes that one.
oh, look at this editing on the fly. Nice.
That is nice.
Yeah.
Boom, this is how we do
I
things.
don't have the vape train bilberry, but I do have the Flavor Art blueberries I used in the mix for today. And that, oh, it's
Mary Beth's going to take y'all to class.
I can't help it.
I just nursed the
It's what I
bilberry.
do. I teach nurses partly, part of the time. Anyway, so I thought maybe we could kind of go, starting with some of the darker. What do you want to go, Moose? You want to start in the middle first and kind of, or you want to start with?
Yeah, we could, because we could get that. We could kind of get Flavor West Blueberry and its pros and cons out of the way, because there are a lot. So, but for that middle one, that Flavor West Blueberry, it's great. Like I said, strong, and it will hold up in recipes, and it's definitely, if you're looking to make blueberry recipes, I would just go ahead and get that. It's cheap, like super affordable, and it works. It's just no fuss blueberry. This was actually what they should have called it.
Yeah.
Its cons, though, is it doesn't always mix well with and play well nicely with the other guys. Like TPA's Blueberry Wild, for instance, you got to keep that really low, or else you can run into like something with the malic acid makes it turn into like a soy sauce note, and it's very unpleasant. So don't do that. And then the other blueberries don't always, like TPA Blueberry Extra and the candy don't really add anything different to Flavor West Blueberry. And if they do, you can still run into that like malic acid explosion of them not getting along with each other. Something about the target notes or whatever, or just the sourness notes to them, they're just not, they don't get along. Joey is saying in the chat that TPA Blueberry Extra hurts my chest, and I agree. It's very dry, and something about it just doesn't, I don't know. I want to like it, and it does taste good when it's used in the right applications, but it will destroy coils fast.
Yeah.
And it's another one that just doesn't play well with Flavor West Blueberry. So if you're trying to keep that Flavor West Blueberry in your arsenal as a versatile one, you just got to be careful what you're tossing at it. You can kind of just scratch TPA off the list. Don't bother trying to.
Wait. TPA Blueberry Extra, you're saying toss off the list?
For combining it with Flavor West. You're not going to get.
So that's interesting, because have you read, probably not. On Reddit, there's this huge thread.
Yeah. Yeah. I've seen the Holy Trinity and everything, and I've tried it, and nah.
Okay, so let's talk about that though. No, I mean, that's interesting, because I've tried it and I've mixed it up and I like it.
Yeah, I do like it, but I
like it a lot, but it has bilberry in it too. And I don't know if it's the percentage that they use. So for everybody that might be listening to what we're talking about, there's a thread on Reddit, and it ends up being a combination of bilberry. Wait, let me see. What is it? Bilberry by
Flavor West, and then Blueberry Extra.
Right. So it's bilberry by Flavor Art at 0.5%. Blueberry by Flavor West at 2%, and then Blueberry Extra by TPA at 3%. Okay. And so this has kind of been called the Trinity of blueberries, right? And it kind of makes the perfect blueberry.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, all right, well, let's see. I try it. and I throw it in with some pound cake and some cream, and I'm like, yeah, you know what? That's actually pretty good. And I thought it was pretty spot on, and I liked it. But I'm kind of curious about why you're saying you don't care for that combination, Moose.
It's the big reason, and like I said before, if you look at the majority of my recipes, I won't use a flavor that gunks coils that quickly. And it's those harsh properties and the dryness properties, I pick them up very quickly.
Okay.
I have tried that Holy Trinity thing like way in the past, because when I first started mixing, I only used TPA and Flavor Art, and I'd never had Flavor West until maybe 3 or 4 years ago. I don't really know, but I was always combining, I think, TPA Blueberry Wild instead of the extra, or I was using the candy, because honestly they're the same. I guess we can talk about that real quick, but the candy, TPA's Blueberry Candy and TPA's Blueberry Extra, literally the same concentrate. Blueberry Extra is obviously stronger and will gunk coils. Candy is lighter, won't gunk coils, but it's a little unforgiving on the percentage that you need to use it at to kind of really make it pop in a recipe. But it's 7, 8 to 9 and above, and it'll really shine. You can sometimes use it at a really low percentage, like you would Flavor West Blueberry, but if you have Flavor West Blueberry, let's be honest, you're probably just going to use that. It's just a little better, and it doesn't fade. All the blueberry by TPA tend to fade pretty easily and get lost in recipes fast. But that Holy Trinity thing, I kind of actually like it without the Blueberry Extra. Just use Flavor West Blueberry and a little bit of Bilberry. But the extra's not really adding, if anything, it's not really adding that much depth or anything profile that the Flavor West Blueberry and the Bilberry are adding. And then why sacrifice your coils, you know?
Yeah.
Just because it's not giving you that much of a benefit. I don't feel to sacrifice your coils over.
Yeah. So I think I'm getting feedback. I think the take home message is that blueberry with a bilberry increases a little more authenticity, realism to that.
Sometimes it can go a little farther than you want it to too. That's Agreed. What I kind of don't like about that Holy Trinity is when it does work, it's like death by blueberries. Really slams blueberry on your recipe. And I don't know, the majority of the blueberry vapes that I've had, and then the ones that I like and the ones I like making, that blueberry is there, but it hits you subtly. Especially all the berry mixes that I make, it might be that whatever percentage that they're in there, and who cares? That the experience of it, I like to be kind of subtle. You're always kind of trying to chase it. That's, I think, my main complaint with just straight fruit recipes is that fruit is just full flavored, slam on in your face. I take 1 or 2 puffs of it, I'm like, okay, strawberry lemonade. Wow. My tongue won't get over that for the next hour.
Okay, so
that's when I first started mixing. I was following Fresh, obviously, and every blueberry recipe that he was doing, whether it was Cub Chew custard or a blueberry Greek yogurt or whatever, it was always 4 and 4 TPA extra and wild, and then a little bit of bilberry to taste, and there was your base. And when I tried that, I was just like, it would either mute each other out, or it just didn't seem like it wanted to work right. Now I know why, because it was probably just using too much of the blueberry extra in there.
So do you have a recipe you want to pop up, Moose, to kind of talk about that demonstrates what you're talking about?
Probably not.
Okay, hang on. Let me pull up let me toss up a mix that Liam did. You guys know Liam Davey, right? And so he uses, well, here, I'll pop it up and you can take a look. Me and screen share.
And that's another thing. It's also so I wouldn't have a recipe that uses that combination because it is a common combination. And then I didn't really make it. So that's another reason why I don't really use it.
Come on. All right. So this is Liam's.
Blueberry ripe.
It's called his lavender blueberry ice cream. And there were so many things about this that I really liked. So he's using the Bilberry Ripe by VTA, and he's also using the Blueberry Extra by TPA. Blueberry milkshake. He uses the lavender to kind of bump these up and kind of pull that out, I believe. And he can speak for himself. I think I saw him in chat.
Yeah.
A little lemon's gonna pop up these blueberry these flavors and the meringue, and then you got your ice cream. I thought this was a great looking recipe. I really liked it. And I bet you it's pretty darn tasty too.
Oh, we got enough time. I might be able to whip a recipe up and.
Oh no.
Oh,
So I think what I liked about this is the use of the bilberry and the blueberry in this recipe, and then the blueberry milkshake is kind of just a basic base. It's blueberry. It's subtle. It needs a little support, and I think he did a nice job. If he's in the chat, he can tell me what I just said that was wrong or right. But I think it's I liked it. I liked it a lot. I really want to mix it up.
Yeah, see Tammy out there in the chat.
Hey Tammy.
Chuck and Truckers out there. Graham Digital Drops. What's up, Graham?
A couple other people popping in.
Yeah, we're up to 30 so far. We're doing good today.
Did you see he said your mic was down a little bit?
Yeah. Let me see. It should be better now. Let me see. Yeah, it should be all right. I'm looking at the little
It's
thing
not
on the
fine.
side there, little monitor. Okay.
Okay,
Turn
so
your hearing aid up.
Graham, turn your hearing aid up. If you want something to go more towards the syrup side, right? So now we want that blueberry to be more of a syrup for a beverage, for an ice cream, how would you move that, Moose? What would you do?
Well, what was the question?
You're reading? Or are you listening?
No, I was, but I was like,
if you want to move your blueberry to more of a dark syrup, like you want to move in that direction, right? So I've got the idea. I want to do blueberries. I want it to be more syrup on top of my ice cream. How are you going to move that?
Blue raspberry or a strawberry, a dark strawberry.
And
you can sometimes get away with blackberry, but I find the blackberries to be just as bright as a raspberry, almost. Like they say blackberry, but it's got some dark properties to it, but I get bright notes in it too. So I think blue raspberry does a good job at darkening a blueberry or strawberry.
The right ones. Like Liquid Barn Blue Ras?
Yeah, you can use that at 1%. It hides it. Like it doesn't really scream blue raspberry, and it just kind of deepens the blueberry. Bilberry obviously is another way because that is dark.
Yeah,
it's a very dark,
yep,
musky bilberry, and that's the way they should be. TPA's Blueberry Wild. That's another one it's just as linear in the medium flavor tasting as Flavor West to me, but it does taste darker than the rest of the offerings that TPA has. But to make like a syrup, strawberries have always been the way to do that, I feel.
Yep. Liam says that he used lemon to pop the blueberries, and the lavender is something hard to describe with the blueberries. It enhances them as well as adding a little of the lavender taste throughout the vapes. That's pretty cool. I'm kind of eager to try it. I finally got the lavender in.
That's like an old school trick with the blueberries is adding a little bit of lemon Sicily to them to get them to kick. And another one that I like, I haven't, put out a recipe to the public with it yet, but like blueberry and orange. It's a classic combination, but it doesn't it pops the blueberry, but it doesn't add that brightness that lemon does. And it kind of keeps it where it, dark. It doesn't brighten it too much.
Yeah, exactly. A little more depth. And he also describes VT blueberry milkshake. He says it tastes more like a realistic blueberry, although a little syrup-like to him, more a little syrup-like to me than a milkshake. He used it to add a little bit of a syrupy blueberry to the ice cream. Cool. While being realistic. Cool. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
I
good.
wanted to try that vape train blueberry milkshake, but
Yeah.
That's the first time
I want to make one myself.
So Frank, you want to pop yours up?
Absolutely.
I'm gonna grab something to drink. I'll be right.
All righty.
Oh, another cool blueberry pairing is blueberry and apricot. They play well. Yeah.
I
Yeah,
have
keep that
too.
apricot super low, but they play nice to each other or with each other, whatever.
All right, here's what I did. Use a flavor of bilberry at your suggestion at 1%. Took out the flavor of blueberry muffin. Eventually, I'll find a use for that. Flavor West blueberry at 3. Threw some brown sugar, for this bakery note. Flavor of pound cake, vanilla cupcake, vanilla swirl to add some creaminess. And I've been vaping it all morning. The wife's been vaping it. She liked it. She's been dripping it. I've been dripping it. It's good.
That looks banging.
It's not overpowering on the blueberry. You're getting just enough of it. And I think once it steeps out, the bakery notes will come out more. Right now, I'm just getting a weaker blueberry, I guess you would say. It's just like a tamed blueberry.
That brown sugar will bring it down a bit.
Yeah, will that mute it? I wasn't sure.
But it shouldn't mute. It's just kind of, you're going to taste it, especially if it hasn't steeped long enough. That brown sugar takes a long time to remove itself from being a top note. It's not much of a top note, but it's there.
Yeah, I get that. I get a little bit of sweetness from the brown sugar. And the creamy notes are definitely there. I mean, obviously probably, what's today, Sunday? Probably by about Wednesday, Thursday, it'll probably change. And hopefully I don't lose too much of the blueberry when the other notes start to come out.
You can just add 3 or 4% Captain Crunch berries by Flavor West. It'd be cool like me.
I could if I would have known that before I placed my order the other day. And I'm not placing a second order.
But then you'd have to call it Berry Pounder.
Yeah, I'd have to give you credit.
All right, so we've kind of talked about working with blueberries. Let's talk a little bit about boysenberry. Have you worked with that, Moose? Have you worked with any boysenberries?
A little bit, not too. That's another one. I like it, and then I get kind of sick of it after vaping it for a little while. It's on the bright side there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that like bilberry and blueberry you can kind of work with them, right? I think that boysenberry and blackberries are kind of the way to go. I think it can
strawberry and boysenberry is nice too.
Yeah, I think so, right? Because it's going to add the jammy sweetness to it. But I think boysenberry adds a little bit of brightness to a blackberry.
Yeah,
that's what I'm getting, and so I like that combination. I think that works very well.
However, TPA while it's not all that great, it is a dark boysenberry. It's not bright.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Flavor is bright.
Yeah, Flavor is bright as hell. I haven't tried Flavor West yet. Someone, I think Steam was saying that it's actually pretty good.
Huh. So, my recipe was a mojito, because I love me some mojito, baby.
Mary Beth, we're going to start calling you the female version of Concrete River because you always come up with some good boozy recipes.
Yeah.
What's up, Zippy?
This is Concrete's mom.
Yeah.
Oh, Moose, you didn't really go there, did you?
Just dropping recipes. There you go, son. Son.
Doesn't fall far from the family tree.
If he's gonna keep saying that I'm from Portland, I gotta keep saying some kind of offensive shit. Keep that going.
So here's my mix. The Dark Side Blackberry Mojito. Let's get that out of the way. All right, so I just use cap blackberry, and it's kind of it can be funky in the sense that it can be finicky. You can get different notes at different percentages. In some cases, you can get a little bit of a coconut note, a little bit of a spearmint note. You can sometimes get, I can't say that around 4%, I think you get a full blackberry. I wanted a strong, sweet, almost syrupy blackberry, and that's what I get. I think TFA can do that for you too. I don't know if you guys have used any of that, but at 1% boysenberry is kind of right where I wanted it to be. So that pairing kind of gives me a little bit of top note, a little bit of base note in the dark berry side. And then the cucumber mint I wanted for this, obviously mojitos have mint, and I used the cucumber to give it a little more wetness. And then the sherbet lime and sorbet kind of create that club soda effervescent citrus component to it. Light rum by VT. If you want more rum, you can add a little bit of FA rum to kind of bump that up a little bit, because that boozy note does kind of get lost over time. At least that's what I've been experiencing. And because you're using sugar or simple syrup in a mojito, I like the sweetness, the flavor sweetness. So yeah, this is tasty. I've been enjoying this.
Looks like it'd be tasty. I just got the sorbet base, and doesn't Vape Train even make a second rum? Don't they have a darker one as well?
Yeah, they do. They have a light rum and they have a rum. And I think they even have a dark rum, maybe. Or is it rum and just light rum? I can't remember. I mean,
I'll look it up. I'll look it up.
Yeah, but I like the light rum. I think it's pretty solid. It's like it's pretty darn good.
Who was going Bull City to look and see?
But so like if you're looking for a blueberry combination mousse to kind of hold up in a cheesecake, let's say, like a heavier cream, and you want that blueberry to stand up, how would you go about that?
Just Flavor West blueberry and a little strawberry. I mean, you can do the Flavor West blueberry and the bilberry, but then you know what you're getting with that. So.
And then if you're moving that blueberry to more of a candy, you're gonna use the raspberry. You're gonna use like.
Yeah, you could use the blue raspberry, and also another fun one is the Capella's blue raspberry cotton candy. It plays nicely with Flavor West blueberry.
So what was Liam saying?
Yeah, he was saying the golden rum and the light rum. The one I looked on there, I saw a regular rum and I saw the golden rum. Where's the light rum? I mean.
Yeah, the light rum has been the one that I liked. Golden rum. Yeah. So another recipe that I kind of wanted to pull out here is.
Let's see, I got Joey's recipe queued up. If you want that.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, you want to show that up?
Yeah, absolutely.
And then I'll put up Aaron's, because I think it's a nice yogurt mix, and it shows the strawberry blueberry kind of that strawberry blueberry connection that Moose has been talking about.
Yeah, here we go. This is what Joey did, using that bilberry ripe there at a half. I'm assuming it's Inawera biscuit. She just put biscuit, but I would assume it'd be Inawera. Flavor West blueberry, the blueberry muffin, creme brulee, of course, because she loves her creme brulee, and the pound cake.
Yeah, she's the queen of creme brulee. You want to know anything? What you want to know how to use that creme brulee? She will tell you how to use it all day long, every day long. We've got Jeff. Did you see Jeff Lawson popped in?
Yes, I did. Yeah.
Saying hi ho.
What up, Jeff? Yep. I saw Wise Man Vapes out there. What's up, brother? Yeah, so I mean, this recipe here, I mean, this one, you know, if she throws this on all the flavors or something, this will get some traction, because this is a good mix here. And I like running, you know, I thought, in my opinion, I thought it was daring, but I could see where it works running that blueberry muffin as high as 4%, but that's not a real strong flavor, so it works. And I just, you know, the bilberry right from Vape Train, I haven't used that one. The only bilberry has the flavor art, but I'm sure they're probably somewhat similar.
I think that blueberry muffin's pretty strong. It's just what you're throwing it at.
Yeah, it'll hold up.
Yeah. It's easily, like, calmed down. I wouldn't say muted, but it can easily be, like, subtle, you know, tamed, I guess. It's pretty bright tasting. To me, Flavor's blueberry muffin is like the blueberries you'd find, like the freeze-dried ones that you'd find in a blueberry muffin or in ice cream. Not a blueberry, or I guess like blueberry flavored ice cream, but an ice cream that actually can fit. My pet's here.
What y'all fuckers doing?
Every time my pet shows up.
Oh shit! You found trouble.
Here with fucking life, Nick.
Hey,
Yo,
What's up, daytime?
what's going on, Nicky? What's going on, brother? Having fun out there?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, it sucks.
Of course.
Sucks.
I knew it would.
Way too fucking hot.
They're not enjoying weather.
Yeah, for people in the chat that don't know, yeah, they're all out there at ECC Ontario. Pick up anything good out there yet? Oh, they're locked up.
It's only like 95. What's that good?
It's got the pink pussy on your shoulder.
There you go.
Your Wi-Fi weak, man. What's up?
What's up? Is the show crashing?
I was gonna say kick off that hotel Wi-Fi and just go your network would probably be better.
Man. Yeah, I don't know what you're using for your Wi-Fi, bro, but it's weak. Your stuff's weak, bro.
I tried without the Wi-Fi. I couldn't even get it to connect. It's all good, dude. The speaker on my phone sucks too. I can barely hear you guys.
Oh, okay.
All right, I'll see y'all later.
All right, man. Have fun. Enjoy it.
Be
Thanks
safe.
for popping in.
Fucking my connection up. Do it again.
There we go.
Be safe. Be good.
See? Even Graham says it. My connection goes to shit every time mom shows up.
I know. Did he go? Is he still there? Where is he?
He's
His
locked
face
up.
is frozen on ours.
He is locked in. He's locked. Now we got to see this goofy face.
No, we don't. I can change that.
All right. So, where were we? I wanted to. Oh, I know. I wanted to show Aaron's because I think it was a good example of yogurt, blueberry, and strawberry. And while you're thinking, okay, what's the big deal with that? It's yummy. He got the balance right. That's why I want to show it.
We could also shamelessly talk about Azul berries again.
Yeah, I think that. No, I would. I think it's another great combination. So he's using Flavor West, and here's this combination that you do not like, Das Moose. But it tastes good. It's 2.5% of Flavor West blueberry, 0.75 of blueberry, TPA blueberry extra, cap creamy yogurt at 2%, strawberry ripe at 3.5, and sweet strawberry, cap sweet strawberry at 1.5.
See, who knows? I might agree with that at a very low percentage.
At the 0.75, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that little bit might, like, because you're gonna change your coils eventually anyway. That little bit might be long enough to save your coils from, because like I'm saying, like anything 3% or higher, man, they just turn brown. Like that. I don't know, like they're like a tanned brown color. That's what I think. I don't know if you guys have ever vaped the original serial killer, like the very first stuff that came out. That was back in the day, but that would turn your coils this strange orangey brownish color, and I think it's from the blueberry extra. It had a very low amount.
Yep.
Addie Tooney in the house. What's up, Addie?
What's up, Addie?
And if you do decide to use that blueberry and destroy your coils, go hit up KennyBcoils.com. You can go get nice segue. Thank you.
You know what? Don't listen to me. Use that TPA blueberry extra at 10% and then go buy Kenny B coils.
V-Dog's out there. I don't think I shout him out. What's up, V-Dog?
And so the other, you want to put up your Azul berries, or do you want me to go look? Want me to put it up, Moose?
Yeah. put that perfect sandwich to the side there and handle business first.
Yeah, Subvape's actually is asking about wild berry cobbler from Flavor West. I have not used that. Moose, are you familiar with that one?
I have not.
I heard it's good. The wild berry cobbler a la mode or whatever. I heard it's kind of dark tasting too. Yeah. Share the room. So this is my attempt at a naked azul berries. We did this on some show, a red, white, and blue show for 4th of July.
Yep.
And to my surprise, it came out pretty damn close. I'm probably missing that like drop of raspberry that they're adding to theirs, and maybe a little slight percentage of a different custard or something, but this is pretty damn close, and it's good. So, fuck you.
Yeah, there you go. So people can see.
So we used 4% of blue raspberry cotton candy by Capella, and then we just supported that with 1.5% of Flavor West blueberry and a very low percent of strawberry, and that gives you a dark berry mix. It's not leaning too much towards that blueberry or the blue raspberry cotton candy, and it's not. If anything, it leads towards the blueberry the most, even at the low percentage that it's in there. And then the whole recipe is just the naked azul berries is blueberry, raspberry, and a shit ton of cream.
Yep.
So whatever that cream is, this is my best attempt at it, and it's the 3% of vanilla custard by Capella version 2. I don't think Naked would use version 1 because they used to make, or they still do, but they are the creators of the Schwartz stuff, the downside yogurt and all the Schwartz yogurts, and they got hit with a huge diacetyl thing. So I think ever since that happened, they would probably try to stay away from trying to use concentrates that contain a much. I could be wrong, so don't completely quote me on that. But I have tried it with Capella's vanilla custard version 1, and it wasn't the same. It tasted like, it had like this bakery taste going to it. It took it away from being that smooth cream. And I don't really care for either of them. We can put that out there too. But in this application, it works.
Yeah.
So, the dark notes of the custard as well will aid in making the berry and cream combo taste even darker. So it's like, a dark berry profile. The cream is on the darker side, but it's still very smooth and bright on its own in a way. It's not like Custard City where it's just very eggy and caramely and like just too dark. So it's definitely very summer.
Yeah. So the last thing I kind of wanted to kind of hit on and see what you guys thought were things like black currant and like harvest berry and forest fruit and those kind of medley mixes. Of those harvest berry and forest fruit and of those groupings, are there any that you say lean more towards the dark than to the bright? Like I think forest fruit tends to be a little bit darker. But no, you think it's light? You think forest fruit's lighter than harvest berry? You think harvest berry is darker?
Whatever that raspberry they add to it, man. Yeah, that raspberry just takes it to the freaking clouds and above. I mean, it might have some dark characteristics to it, but I haven't been able to get it to taste anything but bright. I think the same goes for Capella's harvest berry too.
Yeah.
While it may taste darker than forest fruit to me.
What if you add some black currant? What if you're adding some black currant to that?
I haven't done that before, so I wouldn't really know.
Yeah.
But
So for me, black currant kind of adds a dark, jammy sweetness to whatever berry I'm kind of using. Like that's kind of what I take out of it and what I got. Forest fruit is heavy on the black currant. Yeah, there you go. Yep.
How about, what's it? Flavora has a mixed berry, right? Is that what they call it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that stuff's really good with teas and stuff. I haven't tried it in any type of bakery notes or anything like that.
So here's the mix that I wanted to.
TPA has one now.
Yeah, they have a harvest berry or a forest.
TPA has a berry mix as well. Yeah, it's just called TPA berry mix. That's another one that's just heavy on the raspberry. It's a heavy raspberry front or black currant front or something bright front, and then you get some subtle notes of the other berries. I'm burning up.
Are you hot? Are you hot? Is it hot? Is it hot?
Yeah, Michael Morris asked you, Mary Beth, what black currant do you like the best?
I like FA.
That's one. Yeah, I mean, for the longest time I thought I had FA. Then I looked at the bottle and it was TPA. But now I have both of them now. But
yeah, I like FA. I've tried TPA and I've tried Vape Train, and I just do not like Vape Train. I tried in fairness, it was their shisha black currant, and I just did not like it at all. It faded. It just doesn't play nice. It didn't. Maybe just because I'm used to using FA, but I didn't enjoy it. Maybe someone else, found a way to kind of work with it.
Yeah, I like what Addy said there. He said Bryson told him mixed fruit has a lot of, mixed berry has a lot of boysenberry in it. Yeah, I could see that. It is a really good. Like I said I've used it with teas and stuff. I think it was one of Addy's recipes. The first time I used it was right after I got all that stuff from Bryson, and yeah, that is a really nice
I like
mixed berry.
The Flavora boysenberry a lot.
Here's that too.
Yeah. Like a blueberry lemonade. That's pretty. That's kind of a popular combination, right? As we're talking about lemon and dark berries kind of going together. This was Ben's from the challenge, and I think it's really good. So if someone's looking for a good kind of lemonade kind of beverage, this was kind of a nice mix. It used 1.5% TPA blueberry extra, 1% forest fruit
forest
by
mix.
FA. Yep. It used 6% lemonade, Lorraine's lemonade, and just a little sweetener to it. And it was a solid mix, not complicated, nice, solid kind of summertime lemonade. And it was pretty tasty. Do you think now?
Go
ahead.
Another cheap one is 10% blueberry wild and 5% of that Lorraine's lemonade, and there's 1% flavor west sweetener. Done.
Home run. A good lemonade. Yeah.
Adam Pilarstic's in the chat. What's up? And Black Cat Whiteface. What's going on, Scott?
That almost sounds like a mouth to lung mix, like a pod mix almost.
Which one?
I've done it on RDAs and it's pretty good.
Oh, if you're vaping in an RDA, then probably not.
No, it's not bad. You'd think it'd be like over the top, but that blueberry wild is so damn weak that it's really not that bad.
That's true.
And it's only 15% total, 16 with the sweetener.
Yeah. So if we go back to our slide that we kind of started out with today, so we kind of talked about the bilberries and we talked a little bit about blackberry. You said you wouldn't put TFA extra over in the intense side. Where would you put it?
No, that would be on the intense. It's strong. Yeah. It's stronger than the TPA's blueberry candy.
Yeah, I think so.
Same.
I agree with you. And then kind of your middle of the road, you put TPA Blueberry Wild and Flavor West Blueberry are kind of where you're going. And then the brighter crowd, we've got Flavora Blueberry Muffin, Flavora Boysenberry, Cap. We didn't talk about Cap Silverline Blueberry Extra, but it's pretty weak. It is bright, but it needs something to booster it up. I mean, it's pretty authentic in the flavor. It's just sort of thin. So if you're going to use it and you want it to really stand up in cakes and creams, you're gonna need to give it a little help.
I think there could be a fourth list, and it would be the stronger, no more than 1%. And that would be Flavor Arts Bilberry, Hang Seng's Blueberry, and maybe Flavora's Boysenberry. You don't really need any more than 1% in a mix with those three when using any.
I mean, that's true, but like on the flavor scale of things, the boysenberry, it's bright. It stands out. It's not so much percentage, but yeah, I hear what you're saying. Now,
those are super strong.
Have either of you guys tried Hankson Blueberry? Because that's one I don't have, and I don't have the VSO Blueberry.
I
haven't picked up bags, no.
It is super strong.
What is?
It's good. The Hankson Blueberry?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really, really strong, but to me, vaping it by itself, it tastes like the inside of the blue Gusher candies.
Okay.
Like that flavor that's inside of the blue ones. It might be a blue raz or something like that, because I do get a bright note in there, and it doesn't taste like a bright blueberry. It tastes like like they added slight bit of raspberry to it or something.
So,
but I do. It's a brighter tasting, but it's dark and strong at the same time. It has a very dark front taste to it, and then the exhale, you get that bright candiness to it at the end, and the Gusher.
It's almost like they took bilberry and blueberry and kind of made a blueberry.
Sort of. Like it doesn't have all that muskiness and the earthiness and the authenticity of bilberry. It's super candy to me. Like it's legit. Like if you vape it by itself at 1%, it is legit the inside of Gusher Gusher candy blues, like the blue ones. And you get kind of a Gusher ooze mouthfeel from it too, if you pay attention enough to it. But hey, what the hell do I know?
Yeah.
All right. Anything else you guys gonna add about the dark side of the berry world?
You said you have the Vape and Swag blueberry mare or no?
I do not.
Yeah, that's one that I'm interested in picking up, especially now that I actually have another reason to order over there at Vape and Swag now that Giz has his Giz was it something custard Kenny B just put it up there. That looks interesting. I may actually have to try that.
Oh, I'd like to add. Just because it's not just because I'm a cereal head, but both the Berry Crunch offerings, the TPA and the Flavor West, those can be used at very low percentages to add both the mixture of a strawberry and blueberry, but to deepen or darken your berry profile, even a blueberry too. It's just like 1% of either or, with like 3% Flavor West blueberry, it brings that blueberry a little deeper, darker.
Like what Addie said, we haven't talked about the most spicy berry yet. He's very hot.
Addie. So, what else was there? I think we kind of covered the things that we wanted to talk about today. I don't know if there's any other questions or any other thing that people might want to talk about.
Graham said Inaware Blackberry Raspberry is perfect for a Berry Crunch cereal.
Wait, what was that?
The Inaware Blackberry / Raspberry. I'm assuming it must be the combination of those two, perfect for Berry Crunch.
Thank you, Graham.
Yeah.
That might be that raspberry that I'm looking for, because I know of a few Berry Crunch profiles that I've had before that they got that lingering raspberry in there that I can't pinpoint. I was thinking it was either Inaware or Hangson's.
Yeah, but which one of the Inaware raspberries are you talking about?
It's one concentrate. They have a black raspberry.
Black raspberry? Oh, that could work.
Yeah, that's very interesting. I haven't seen that one.
That's the one I've honestly been. I think Perillium makes one too, don't they? They make a black raspberry.
That wouldn't surprise me. I don't have I don't,
what I'm looking for to make probably wouldn't use Perillium because of how recent of a company they are. So that Ironware does make sense. And the fact that they make Yes Sweet Cheesecake makes even more sense. So thank you, Graham. Keep doing Graham things. Those good ideas rolling, buddy.
Now, Tammy had put a recipe out in the chat, and I pulled it up here. It's see if I can get this. All right, come on, Kurt. The bleeding berry cobbler. Go ahead. I'll share that real quick before we get out of here. Okay, there we go. I like what she did with this. And she used, Flavora boysenberry at 1.5, Flavora raspberry at 3/4, the succulent strawberry at 3, and the sweet dough. That's an interesting.
I need to get me that.
Yeah, I need to pick that one up myself. Actually, not. Yeah, I had the fried dough. But I didn't get the sweet dough.
The sweet dough is worth getting. Absolutely, 100%.
That fried dough, I can't imagine it being any different than the Flavora Crunch cereal. It's got to still have that weird greasy dough, fucking cardboard taste. I'm sorry, but I haven't tried it, so I could be wrong. So I'm going to shut up now.
And then the wild berry cobbler a la mode, the Flavor West. It's definitely
anything fried or crunch that comes from Flavora, I'm scared.
So Graham is saying it was a blackberry / raspberry. So it's one flavor, Graham?
Yes, that's what he was saying. Yep.
You have my interest. You certainly do. Yeah.
Swear to God, if Bull City doesn't carry it, throw this computer across the room.
Yeah, I need succulent strawberry too, Sin.
It's called blackberry raspberry, right?
I just got Flavora mango and love it. Yeah, it's awesome. It's one of my favorites. It's one of the few mangoes that I like that can stand up on its own. I don't have to tweak it. I don't have to accent it. I don't have to mess with it too much. It's a mango. That's what it does.
Bull City does not carry it.
Bull City, you do not have me. You disappoint me, Bull City. Once again.
Like black currant, but just like with Real Flavors, they carry all the marshmallows except for Real Flavors marshmallow candy. Probably the only one worth it.
Yeah. Yeah, I see. Yeah, Bull City has the raspberry WG, the Rare Garden one. They have the regular raspberry and Shisha raspberry from Anywhere, and that looks like the only ones. And all the other Anywhere stuff looks like, I was trying to pull up just the Anywhere to try to narrow down the search. Instead, I got everything that's Anywhere.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it. I see black currant.
Yeah.
And I'm looking towards the raspberries to see if maybe raspberry is in front of the blackberry for some stupid reason, but Shisha Bilberry.
He's saying DIY vapor supply, of course.
Of course.
Yeah, I was just going to be like, well, screw you, Bill City. I'm going to have to go to the next ace in the hole.
And pay. Yeah.
Yeah, Sub Vapes. Acai berry from Flavor West.
The
acai berries, but that's more of a brighter berry anyway, isn't it?
With anyone, I may have done a couple concentrates, but there we go again.
Yeah, DIY Vapor Shack does have everything. Anything you can imagine, they have it. No, you're not fixed. You're frozen. Mophead, and can't even blame Mophead this time. Yeah, we'll have Mophead and Alfredo back next week since they won't be playing at a convention. Hopefully Alfredo got to go. I didn't see him yesterday or anything, so find out if he was going or not.
So, what do you think? We'll get on out of here?
Yeah.
Let him go.
Yes, because I think
free.
I think everybody
suffered long enough the dark side.
Everybody Koppel's getting ready to get his show fired up too. So.
Most impressive.
That and KBN just went live doing a live juice review for Mayhem, their drink line. And if you want to start the Black Cat Whiteface, go check him out. He just did another juice review. So
yeah, he's getting all juiced up. So the only thing that I have to share before we get out of here on the advocacy front is yes, New Jersey now has a 10-cent per ml. It is official. It will be executed in August, and that's that. And what's done is done. And our politicians tell us we should be thankful because it could have been a lot more. They could have taxed us a lot more, and we should be thankful. But Dick Durbin in the great state of Illinois, here's what he's up to these days.
Yeah, Dick is being a dick.
Yep. So he's got himself a girlfriend, a lady friend on the other side of the aisle, on the Republican side of the aisle, putting together this bill that they're proposing called Stopping Appealing Flavors in E-Cigarette for Kids, as calling it the Safe Kids Act. And so, go Durbin and tell them what you really think, because, this is just going to be more and more, right? So this is going to be introduced with U.S. Senator Lisa Murkowski from Arkansas this week in Washington. This is not a state-based, this is going federal. So I'm just telling you guys, it's going to be more and more and more and more. So just,
is that Arkansas or is that Alaska, AK?
I'm sorry. You're right. Did I say Arkansas?
Yeah.
Alaska.
I mean, it would have made sense because Arkansas very much is a anti-vaping state as well.
No, you're right. You're right. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you have these stories like this that, where, they're talking about all the child appealing stuff again. And then what do we have out at ECC right now? Candy King with their big fucking signs, appealing to kids. I mean, come on. I mean, granted, that is an adult event, an 18 or 21 and older event, but still, come on. And we want, a lot of these companies put us in the position we're in right now because they did it to themselves. Maybe not so much with the
just to go without saying that the thing that you're trying to quit wasn't allowed to have children shit on it. The thing that you're using to quit that shouldn't be there. Like, that should just go common sense. Like, like
we haven't seen the Flintstone Winston commercial since the 60s.
Yep.
I would love to see that again.
Oh, I just saw it on Facebook the other day. And if you watch A Billion Lives, there's some of that stuff's on there. I finally got to see that, and that's definitely one to check out if you haven't checked it out yet.
How did you see it, Frank?
I saw it online. A friend of mine had a burner app.
Cool.
Yeah, that was incredible. So
yeah,
that was done very well. I mean, it's almost a little since it was, even though it was only a year ago, already some of it's already been dated as far as the technology in it. In some cases, I mean, but the message is still the same. And fortunately, Australia and New Zealand, they're starting to get it right, and we're doing everything ass backwards. And now you have all these flavor bans, coming up constantly out in California and many other cities and states all across the country. Chicago's one. It's just going to keep going. I mean, now I guess the politicians are starting to go back to work, and we got to stay on top of it. Be a member of CASAD, not blowing smoke. Any advocacy group you can join is a good advocacy group to be a part of. So we all have to do our part if we want to continue this great hobby and not go back to cigarettes.
Yeah. Yep. All right.
If you want to take up activism, do it the right way.
Yeah.
Don't add violence and stuff. They won't listen.
Don't do what? What did you say, Moose?
I said, if you want to take up activism on it, do it the right way. Don't get violent and stuff about it.
No. At least don't get caught.
That way.
Don't get caught.
Yeah, don't take the politicians hostage even though you'd want to.
Yeah, why would you want to be around them that long?
Yeah, no, don't go down the road of.
If you do, you better make some good demands. If you do.
Exactly.
Ones that involve a lot of money in tacos.
Mm-hmm. Well, I want to real quick. I want to give a shout out to Joey. This is her 1 year anniversary, smoke free. Congratulations!
Yeah, congrats. Congrats. Cheers. Salute.
Yes.
Chin chin. As we say in Italian. Chin chin.
All right, since we got a few new people that were in the chat today, let's go around the room. Moose, before you lose your connection again, might as well go first.
I'm probably going to lose it completely right as I start talking. So you can find me as Odd Drop on ATF or ELR with some pretty fun recipes to mix. And they're not too hurting the bank either. So they're affordable and they will save your coils. Might even save your life because of how good they are. You gotta toss it. You gotta toss in some bullshit at the end. I don't really know anymore. We said this so many times.
I'm Mary Beth. You can find me as MechModRN on ATF and ELR. I'm a moderator for DIY Down Under. So head on over there and check out their Facebook group. They've got some good stuff going on. They also have a new group that's kind of advocacy and hardware focused called Deep Down Under. So you can kind of find out more about what's going on. And she's got a webpage too. And also check out ESMR, which is Mophead and Frank. They're moderators and admins. And Joey's a real active member in that group. Lots of good folks posting questions and posting recipes. So if you're trying to get going or want some ideas or want some feedback, go check them out. Say hi. Tell them Joey sent you.
That's it. Well, I want to thank everyone that was in the chat panel. We're a little short-handed today, but we're worked out well. I think we still had a great show. Thanks to Mophead and the boys for popping in for a moment. I'm glad they're having fun out there in Cali. Yeah, and this is not a herpy. I cut myself shaving. If anybody was wondering, the dog bumped into me as I'm trying to shave this part, and yeah, shit happens. So no, I don't have herpes. So no rumors need to get started. Yeah, and the wife.
That's what happens when you vape shitty blueberries.
Yeah. This happens when you vape bad blueberry. All right, guys.
That might be what happened when you don't vape my recipes too.
That could be.
They may cure some things on your left. Let's go. Get me out of here.
All right, guys. Next week we're flipping the page and we're going to do the lighter side of these berries. Yeah, Addie, I did do that last night. I guess he must have saw that. I texted the wife for one more beer when I was on Nikki's show. All right, let's get the heck out of here. Everyone, enjoy your weekend. We'll see you all next week. See you, everybody.
Cheers. Thanks for coming. Appreciate it.
Stop streaking.
Hey, honey, cries herpes.